Well, I've got a really interesting segment now for everybody to listen to. This is absolutely an amazing concept that proves that your cue stick will go straight if you start it straight. Now you'll notice here I have my cue stick to my side, and if you bring it up to your shoulder like this, it's right up against your shoulder. If you pull it straight back, it'll swing nice and straight back and forth. In other words, you can bring it back straight, and it swings nice and straight like this. Now, for those of you that may have been in construction, that's called the Plumb Bob Effect. In other words, if you take any type of cue stick like this and you pull it back straight, it'll go straight if you start it because of the gravitational pull of the plumb bob. In other words, this is straight down in relation to the earth, and this cue stick, if you pull it back straight, it has to go straight. Now, if you put that up against your shoulder again, but your cue stick actually starts out to the side when you pull it back, it goes crooked and it's all over the place. And as you can see, when it goes crooked, the tip goes all over the place. So the whole concept here is to start with your cue stick straight under your shoulder. And we're going to have a little bit of a corrective demonstration of that later, how to actually program that. But for right now, I just want you to know that if the cue stick starts right up under your shoulder and you pull it back, it'll swing straight. Now, we're going to illustrate that here by taking our position at the table and how effective this can be. Whenever you approach a shot, you want to line up your cue stick and drop it down by your side so it's right underneath the shoulder. Step into your shot, get your balance, and swing back and forth, and the cue stick should be swinging straight because you started it straight under your shoulder. However, once in a while you'll find players that will actually slide into the shot from the side. They'll start over like this, and they'll slide in like this to the ball. They come down, and cue isn't really under the shoulder because they didn't step in straight to the shot. And sometimes they'll be over like this, and they'll go the other way, and they won't start with a straight alignment. So it happens all the time. Players will push into the shot. They'll pull into the shot. Instead of stepping back on a shot and stepping with the cue under their shoulder, they get that off-can alignment to the shot. So it's very, very important that when you step in, that the cue stick is straight under your shoulder, just like a plumb bob. So when you swing it, it has to go straight. Now, on my footwork on this, if you're watching somebody play sometime, you'll know if their cue stick is straight under their shoulder because when they take their position, the right foot, if they're a right-handed player, if they're in position with the cue stick under the shoulder, the foot will move forward or with the cue like this. It won't move opposing to the cue. If you see somebody playing the game and they're moving their foot like this when they're getting their balance, you know that their cue stick hasn't started under their shoulder. So this actually has a double whammy effect for you, a double positive effect. You can actually program this to your own game, put the cue stick under your shoulder like a plumb bob to start with, then it will swing straight automatically because it started from a straight position. And on the other side of the equation, if you're watching your opponent and their foot's moving perpendicular to the stick when they're in their position, you'll know that they're not in alignment and they've got a better chance then of making an error. So remember, you can have a better game, you can line up straight, and you can shoot a lot better pool if you remember this Plumb Bob effect to your game. So I hope you enjoyed this CSI instructional tip.